Right now, man, police don't sit down. I'm trying to tell y'all something about all they talking about. They told us one time, they told us over time. They told things that did not
The officer involved shootings were taking place over this past week in the city of Shreveport. One shooting, for sure, I know that the man deceased, 33-year-old, whose name is Joseph Dwayne Taylor. It's Cattle Parish 24th homicide of the year, News Channel 12. Also, a second involved shooting within 3 days in Shreveport. Don't see too much information on these. When I do try to click on these, you guys, I want to tell you what's going on. What it's doing is giving me a really slow connection to where I can barely see what's going on with these shootings. Now, just hearing about these shootings and the involvements and the affairs that happen in Shreveport, Louisiana, they get washed away. They get washed away really quick. Okay, well, actually, on this one, we actually have people who are protesting on this right now. So maybe we can get some answers out of these. The first thing that pops up, okay, when you look at the incidents that are happening with the officer-involved shooting, the first thing that pops up is this lady. She gets on here. She's one of the officers. She gets out and she explains what happens, right? Well, the first thing she says happened. Oh, well, there's a shooting, right? There is a shooting. Okay, they get called in for a shooting. Okay, you're the police. You're supposed to. All right, and after that, it's always they suspect that they have a gun, or they suspected this, or they suspected that, and they don't have any more information. This is the from KSL News 12. Residents reacts to second and such shooting in less than 2 days. So this all happening within 2 days. Joseph Dwayne Taylor, 33, was shot and killed by Shreveport police during a traffic stop on Mansfield Road. All right. Well, the officer immediately gets on and she's sharing her point of view, basically saying that the person that was shot by these police officers had a gun. But then it always comes to the reality, and there was no gun present on the victim that was shot by the police, because that does make the police not be the victim anymore, speaking out about what's going on in Shreveport, Louisiana, when it comes to the officer-involved shootings and the people that are being shot down by these officers who are usually, as what we call, black men, being shot. So I'm just bringing this, guys, to your attention. You can do more research on it. This is something that definitely needs to be looked into. They say that the state police will be investigating this who witnessed this officer-involved shooting of Joseph Dwayne Taylor. I do have clips of that interview on, and I will drop those for you guys as far as my receipts, and let you hear what he's saying, just in case this doesn't go any further, and you guys make your own judgments. But this is another police-involved shooting. There has been 2 police-involved shootings in the Shreveport, Louisiana area over the last week. Last 2 days, 2 or 3 days, 4 days, not even that many days, you guys apart. Maybe they should be addressed.
I was going towards my mama house, on the way home. I was coming out of the Bartlett Apartments right there down the street from Woodlawn Academy. I was coming out of there, and I was coming towards the back. As I'm coming towards the back, crossing over the train track, I stop. I come towards the light. As I come towards the light, I'm seeing the police. I don't know which police it was, but as I'm seeing the police pull a car over. When the police pulled the car over, they just sat there for a little minute. I guess they was calling or waiting for backup. They never got out to approach the man or the young man that was in the car. So they were just behind them, sitting at the light. So at this point, it was 2 more police pulled up. Once those 2 more police pulled up, that's when all decided to get out the car and walk up close to his car. Me not knowing, I don't know if he had a weapon or not on him, but once they approached his car or got towards the back of the car, he immediately tried to open the door and tried to run out. As soon as he tried to run, I guess one of the officers slammed him, got on top of him and slammed him. And then all of them was on the ground tussling, and they had him on his back. And after that, that's when I just seen shots fired.
So the guy that got out of the back is the one that's deceased? He wasn't driving?
He was driving.
Okay, so so they opened which door?
They didn't open no door. Before they even got to the car, he jumped out the front seat and tried to take off running. That's when one of the police jumped on top of him.
Okay, and after there's a tussle, a brief tussle, and then what happens after that? Could you see who shot who, which weapon went off? Because apparently,
I believe the woman weapon went off first. After the woman weapon went off, after she went down on the ground, she fired her weapon, and then they all started firing and back up. It was like five to six shots though.
When you speak of a woman officer.
Yes, ma'am.
The deceased, did he shoot or have a weapon?
No, man, I did not. No, I did not see him. No, man, he was on his back. I didn't see no weapon, or I didn't see him shoot at all.
Mm-hmm.
But they was tussling on the ground, like he was on his back swinging. He was swinging, trying to get away. I think he was trying to run off the ground, and that's when the lady officer went down. And when she got up, shots started firing.
Okay, and
there is no mention of any officer being sent home or anything like that for further investigation. They just said that the Louisiana State Police is going to investigate the case, which I believe that a police can't investigate a police. That's not happening, you guys. I mean, they can say it is, but I don't believe it is. But it needs to be investigated thoroughly. Take this. The clip is from the Channel 12 News down here in Shreveport. But based on this interview with the bystander, someone that's sitting out there watching, standing by and watching what's going on, how could you possibly mistake someone that doesn't have a gun for someone that has a gun that's shooting or whatever, however it goes? So what was the reason for the officer shooting? A man tussling for his life, I don't think is a reason to shoot. Nowadays, you have to be careful. I did recently post a video to where I was pulled over by an officer in Texas, and he immediately went for his gun. And I asked the officer, why are you reaching for your gun? And I have my daughter with me, and I'm not even attempting to do anything to you, you know? So it gets to a point to where people are afraid to pull over for officers. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. There is no, oh, he was black or he was white. None of that matters anymore. When a police pulls you over, that is a costume wearing a man. First of all, he has on this suit. It could be 500 degrees outside. He has on a suit, and he has a gun. Okay? Now, if you look around most areas around here under these laws that they have state statutes such and such, they're not able to carry guns like that. If they have a gun, they're automatically considered a threat. So therefore, when you're doing something regularly in life and you're always pulled over by these people with guns and they use that as their first offense, that's a threat to life. That's a threat to your life. And I'm not speaking for no one. I'm speaking for myself in going through these situations, dealing with the so-called the policyholders. That's a threat to your life. People get afraid, you know, and they shouldn't have to be afraid for someone who says they're protecting and serving. If you're protecting and serving, that's what you're doing. All right. So that's my opinion, and I want y'all to pay attention to what the guy said. He did mention that he saw no gun, and therefore, I'm pretty sure more about this should be heard. There are protests going on in the Shreveport area. I want to say my condolences to the families, to the second shooting, which I couldn't find much information on. That shooting as well. Condolences to the families, and justice. I hope you all receive justice. All right, I'm out, y'all. This has been Red Wine Entertainment.
They told Trey got a violence, make us not use this, make us not know who fuck is. But guess what? I know just who he is, and I ain't gon' let it represent where you from. I ain't gon' let it do your thing.